I just watched it live. Night 2 of the Republican National Convention wrapping up. The main event, Vice Presidential nominee Paul Ryan speaking to the nation in a speech that may be one of the most important he's ever given.
24 News 8 political reporter Rick Albin has been watching all the activity in Tampa, and this was Ryan's big moment. So how did it go?
Well, it went pretty well, at least for the folks there in the hall. We'll talk more about that. But Ryan took the stage to a big ovation and immediately did what the vice presidential nominee is expected to do. He is supposed to sing the praises of the presidential nominee and go on the attack against the current administration.
After 4 years of getting the runaround, America needs a turnaround, and the man for the job is Governor Mitt Romney. I'm the newcomer to this campaign, so let me share a first impression. I have never seen opponents so silent about their record and so desperate to keep their power. They've run out of ideas. Their moment came and went. Fear and division is all they've got left. With all their attack ads, the president is just throwing away money. And he's pretty experienced at that.
Strong speech, strong language. So what does he bring to the ticket, Rick? And what does he do with his speech? He needed to energize the base, obviously.
He did. You're exactly right. And that's part of what he brings to this ticket. You know, he was out there talking about the Obama administration. He was taking it to him. He talked about a lot of things that he said had been failures, and he'd set them up. He said they said they'd do this, but they didn't do this. And that does energize the base. At one point, he said that over the last 4 years, there has been no shortage of words from the White House, but there's been a shortage of leadership. That brought the crowd to their feet. That is really strong language. You and I listened to it together. We were all down there. We listened to a little bit as we went further into the speech. But there is always a caution, and that is, how far do you go? How strident, how partisan, how much do you talk about the other team? Because as we saw last night, Republicans need to attract independent, undecided women. And partisan conversations sometimes can drive them away. So tonight's speech was very much for the people in Tampa, very much for the base of the Republican Party, very much about setting up the parameters for this race, and very much, I suspect, about setting up the role that Paul Ryan's going to play. We'll see how that plays out for him, but tonight's speech was certainly what they wanted to hear in Tampa.
Yep. All right. Rick Albin, you're with us again tomorrow night as well. With
and
a big,
next week, too, for the Democrats. So.
Okay.
Thanks, Rick.
You bet.
And the main event, Mitt Romney will speak at the convention tomorrow night. You can watch it live at 10 here on Wood TVA. And again, of course, Rick will have analysis on 24 News 8 at 11.